And welcome back. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. And yes, we kick things off on a healthy note with nutrition. And today we are joined by Folashade Babatunde. She's a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and the founder of Poisera, Poisera Nutrition, which is a brand that helps individuals build a healthy and better relationship with food. And today we'll be talking about effective diet strategies for better blood sugar control. And welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good to have you.
Thank
now
you so
let's
much.
get right into it. You talk effective diet strategies for controlling blood sugar control. So first of all, how can you identify, or what are the signs to look out for if you have a blood sugar, if your blood sugar is high?
Yeah. All right. So the first thing is to go for a medical test, where you.
And what are the signs? What are the
okay?
symptoms?
So for
what are things one?
Some of the signs you will see is. Okay, I think I should start this way. Some people have high blood sugar and then they don't even know they have it. They don't know. And so going for a test is the best way to know if you have high blood sugar, right? And so once it's confirmed, you begin treatment. For some people, they pee excessively. For some, excessive hunger. They're eating, but then they keep feeling hungry. And for some people on wanted weight loss, like you just feel they are losing weight, not purposely trying to lose weight. And so for some people, it's tiredness, weakness, and sometimes you're drinking water excessively, excessive tests. So these are some of the signs that some people would see. However, majority, in many cases, do not, present a sign.
Wow, so you're dealing with this and you don't even know.
Yes,
Now let's talk about the diet strategies that would help you or help someone watching who has blood sugar right now control it.
All right. So the first, these diet strategies are very simple, and the first thing is paying attention to your portion sizes. Okay. Everybody eats, and people think people who have high blood sugar shouldn't, eat certain foods.
Exactly.
And
can we talk about some of those foods that they shouldn't take?
Well, it's a misconception that people with high blood sugar or people with diabetes shouldn't eat certain foods like rice. Yeah, don't eat rice, don't eat bread, don't eat yam. And then you find people eating just beans and unripe plantain almost all the time. Thinking that those are the right food, but you can eat rice, you can eat beans, you can eat any other food that you enjoy. However, you need to pay attention to your portion control, your portion sizes, and so this is the amount of food you eat per time, all right? And so, for example, you are eating rice, and usually we are Nigerians. You find out that a lot of times we mold our plate with a lot of food, and then you have little or no vegetable in that same plate, and you're eating. And so, for example, a cup of rice, cooked rice, contains about 45 grams of carbohydrate. If you have high blood sugar, per meal, you shouldn't take more than 45 to 60 grams. So just imagine a cup of rice. And when I say
per meal,
yes. Okay. And so a cup of rice, the standard to 15 meals, not any kind of cup, is 1 cup of rice. And so that size contains about 45 grams of carbohydrates.
So you need to look out for this.
So, yes, but then it is not for you to then, feel hungry. 1 cup may not fill you up, but then that's why you need to add a lot of vegetables into your meals and other healthy proteins just to increase the bulk and then ensure that you're filled and then your blood sugar is regulated.
Now, for people who may not be able to afford nutritionists, because I know that there are certain nutritionists that work with people on this level, and then they help, to draw up a meal plan, that would work for them. So can you just give us a skeletal meal plan that someone watching now would need?
Okay. About meal plan, I would like to say that as much as some people, usually go for meal plan don't work for everybody. Okay. And I know that in most hospitals, at least government hospitals, you have department where you have dietitians that can easily, provide that service as part of of the health care services. Okay. And but if you want to go for private dietitians and nutritionists, well, that's another option. And so a day, let me do a day sample meal. For example, you're eating rice in the morning, so rice and vegetables. And so when I talk about vegetables is not only the leafy vegetables, vegetable soup that you eat. Carrot is vegetable, cucumber is vegetable, cabbage, spring onion, green pepper, all those are vegetables. And so adding it So you can do rice and stir fry, and then you have your chicken without the skin, right? So that's a sample meal. For lunch, you can do eba. So there's this notion that people with diabetes shouldn't eat eba, right?
You know, I hear it a lot.
Yes.
You know, and they try as much as they avoid these things.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So you can eat eba, but of course the portion size is also what what matters, right? So it's not to make, you know, the big. Usually you find people eating like 3 wraps of eba with little on over. So usually I like to say that when you have diabetes, your swallows, the eba, the amala, should be the one that is smaller, while your vegetable eba, not eba and vegetable, right? So,
interesting. Now let's talk about fruits.
Fruits.
Yes. There are certain fruits that, you know, oh, no, stay away from this fruit. This one is high in, you know, its sugar content. You shouldn't eat this one, eat that one. What do you advise?
So when it comes to fruit, people with high blood sugar need to eat fruit, right? However, the portion control has to come in here also.
It also
right?
applies.
But then fruit is very important for them because it also contains high fiber that helps to regulate.
Okay.
But then rather than just eating fruit without caution, you need to ensure that you eat. So certain fruits, for example, watermelon, you can eat it, but then what size of watermelon do you? For example, the cup I use, the sample cup, half of that 250 ml cups would give you about 15 grams of carbohydrate in watermelon. So if you're eating that, cucumber has little or no sugar in it,
so
right? Very little, so you can combine.
Okay.
Yes, so you combine for the ones that are sweet, but then you still need the sugar. It is excess sugar that's the problem, right? So you still need the sugar, but then you need to ensure that you are eating in the right amount so that you don't, you can achieve better blood sugar control.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Miss. Okay, now, so now that we have talked about fruits, what other strategies should people living with blood sugar look out for?
So one of the things that works for people with blood sugar is to ensure that they eat at regular intervals, right? So your
regular intervals, how?
So your breakfast.
Okay.
So sometimes when you skip your meals, right? And so this is you know, talking close to diabetes. And so when you skip your meals sometimes, and your body needs to use sugar, your body would have to produce that, and then.
So let's just quickly break it down in how many hours. Okay, so if you're having breakfast at 9 o'clock, when next do you have lunch?
So if you're having breakfast by 9, for example, you can do a fruit in between, like around 12, then you do your lunch by 2, and then you can also have a fruit the dinner by between 6 and 7.
Thank you so much. This has been so impactful. Thank you so much for being here today. And well, you've heard her. High blood sugar doesn't mean you shouldn't eat, but eat in a very controlled, small portion. All right. And next, we are moving on to the kitchen with Titi